Greetings, beautiful beings, and welcome to the Breathing Bar. I'm Ahuvia, your bartender, today and every day. And I want to welcome you to the continued deep dive into bringing it to the table. Bringing it to the table is this space of whatever's going on, bring it to the table and work to find the rooting that will allow you to really deal with it. Not bring it to the table and then just wipe it off the table at the end of the night because you have found no resolution. Because at the end of the table, at the end of the day, it's still going to be there. So what we're talking about today in this episode is feeling the pain of the pull. And the pain of the pull is that space you come to when you realize the different worlds that you are existing in and the different worlds that you see. And you're working to pull yourself into a space of lightness so that you can actually manifest and be a part of the reality that you know that suits you as an energy being. The pain of the pull is when you begin your ascension and those belief systems, perceptions, dogmas, cellular makeup that has been transformed over thousands of years begins to pull at you. Because it's been thousands of years that government and indoctrination and the recalibration and transmutation of our cells have shifted. So now many of us are seeking to move into that space of what I call being superhumans. And that just means you're outside of that gravitational pull so you can fly. You can navigate in a light way. You can detach from those heavier frequencies that keep you pulled down, and now you can just navigate your way. That's peaceful, light, and balanced. But as you come into those realms of understanding, those frequencies that you've been attached to, those belief systems, those perceptions are going to pull on you. Because your entire being is shifting, but it's difficult because part of who you are is still very rooted in those beliefs and perceptions. Your cells have been created, your whole reality, and they don't just unplug, they have to unravel. But it becomes a pull because you're getting lighter, but at the same time you have these weights pulling you down, but then there's this other force that's pulling you up. And it's almost like it's going to tear you in two. And I realize when we get sick physically or mentally or go through all these changes, for some of us, that's the pull. It's a pull because there's a resistance going on. At the same time, there's a forward movement going on at the same time. So both of these things are happening simultaneously. And it's up to each of us to know when we're in that moment. We're not always in that moment, but there becomes a times in our lives when we reach plateaus and Spirit's like, it's time. And the more plateaus you reach, really the higher in your elevation you go, just like going up a mountain. You may have to stop at a certain level for a season. You may need to strengthen yourself so you have the oxygen capacity to go to the next level, the physical capacity, the cellular strength, so that your whole body doesn't just implode because of the pressure. And it's no different with spiritual evolution, seeking to become light beings and again move outside of that gravitational pull. So how do you deal with these moments? I've learned now that one of the biggest ways to deal with the moment is to learn and continue to believe in what I call the Holy Spirit and its divine power. And that was a term that can be used in different ways, and it's not based around the religiosity of the term, believe in the Holy Spirit and its divine power, but it's believing in that etheric realm, that there are light beings, there's a consciousness that can assist you and guide you into these higher realms, even in the midst of the intense pressure that comes with this evolution. And I'm learning that for me, one of the stabilizers as I continue to work to discipline myself, as I move past these gravitational pulls of beliefs and lack of discipline and lack of understanding and lack of focus. All of these things are weights. All of these things are gravitational pulls. It takes intense discipline and focus to release the gravitational pull of these other frequencies. But I realized for me, of course, as we talk, deep breathing helps to relax the body, to release attachments, to help loosen up those plugs. Anytime now I feel really, really heavy, I just start doing Qigong. That has been something that I've tapped into on a very deep level this season. And I feel it as I shift it. And I realize shifting energy is an all-day, everyday process. So I understand now why there are certain monasteries where some monks may practice hours a day until they reach a certain level of discipline and fortitude. Because that gravitational pull is strong, and it's difficult to get in the middle of a evolution and then decide to stop, or to decide to stop, because the pull is still happening. And it gets more intense the more you stay stagnant, you stop moving. You have to move in order to shift the energy so it's not too heavy, so you won't explode or implode. And so that's where we are, feeling the pain of the pull, being able to be strong enough and believe in yourself enough and believe in this consciousness that's calling you to continue past the gravitational pulls of perceptions, belief systems, ideas, opinions, whatever's being thrown at you from wherever. So this is where we're going as we move slowly but very steadily, move out of the fall equinox and get ready to come into the winter solstice. So beautiful beings, where are you in your comfort, in your acceptance when it comes to the pain of the pull? How do you deal with the pain of the pull? Are you even in that space of having to deal with it? You may not have to deal with a pull that is that painful. You may know how to navigate a different way. I would love to hear. I would love to hear. But know that sickness, illness, anything you may come into, that's part of the pull. And either you could succumb to it and think of it as something different, but now I know it's just the pain of the pull. And I have to just navigate and stay in the space of the now and shift energy through it, not get caught up in it, not get caught up in words and what society and humanity has defined these things to be, because I know that they're not accurate. Humanity's defined things that aren't meant to be defined. And so that's the pain of the pull, is releasing all of that out of your being and not succumbing to it in the processing of it in your consciousness. So that's where we are, beautiful beings. I just wanted to take a moment to share that because it's very powerful this season. So many are going through so much. I've had so many in my space to decide to leave this earth realm for different reasons. And I honor them. At the same time, I had to question my desire to be in the earth realm. And you have to really decide that you want to be in the earth realm. And you have to decide what that means for you. And in that is part of the pain of the pull. So we will continue on this particular thread next week. And if anybody decides that they want one of the interactive journals, just inbox me on my Instagram or Facebook, and I will get it to you. You all have a wonderful moment wherever you are, and we will talk soon. Give thanks.